and integrity in accounting. Visit ArizonaCPAs.com.
Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it all, if I
Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm excited about it's a new year, it's a new you. I have my first guest has been on with me. She was a listener first, and now we figured it out 18 years. We've known each other that long, and you've been coming on and off the show for so long, and you love to talk about water. And it's a great time for everybody to talk a little bit about that and how they can help. I want you to tell them about you and what makes you an aficionado on water.
Oh, Carol, thank you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
And your family and everybody.
Thank you.
And you know how much I love coming on the show and meeting the
listeners
who will.
She loves our listeners.
Who will hopefully call in and receive the gifts that I'm offering, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I want to say I have a high voice, and I'm 70. Well, last year. Now it's a new year, so this year it'll be a different number. But 70 plus. And I say that because people can't tell my age, but I don't act my age. I don't feel my age.
You don't look your age.
The number is a number, but if you work at it. But I've been in the field of natural health for now 45 years. That's another reason I have to say my age, because people don't believe that number. Mm-hmm. And I have worked really hard to find the foundational pieces in health that the majority of people miss. And they keep building. I heard last night, we are 47th in the world of the rating of health. We don't even get close to the top 10 of best health and longevity. Our longevity is going down, down, down. So that is a big piece of why I like to talk about these unique, foundational, patented, and peer-reviewed, published studies about these health devices that is all about a certain kind of frequency that we'll talk about a little bit.
No, we got to talk about the water, because she loves to give 2 gallons of water for everybody, and you have to let them hear about what it is, and why they need to try it.
So this actually began, I like to tell a little bit of the origin story. It began in the mid-'80s when the Chernobyl nuclear reactor blew, and everyone had to be relocated, and one really lucky group was relocated to a region in southern Russia, and they were not having the same ill effects from the nuclear radiation exposure. And so the scientists wanted to figure out what in the environment could have created that. It comes down to water that was does come out of the mountains into the aquifer, and every single person was drinking the same water. Their healing was remarkable. They didn't have all those horrible effects. And so the scientists that created the device, and I must say that strongly because I think some people think they're going to buy, when they try it, they're going to buy the water from me. No, it's a device it's simple, it's not large, so that's really what we're talking about. You can make your own. So our scientists did all the work, provided a way for people who hear my voice and other people's voices and learn about this, a way for us to have this healing water that he took over 20 years to figure out. He was the one that figured out what was it about the water that caused the healing effect and how to replicate it. So really it is a replicator of a naturally occurring type of water arrangement of the molecules. We call it single file alignment. Picture a string of pearls floating so that water, which loves to be magnetized to itself, doesn't, and literally we're born to make that water. But like a lot of things in our health and our aging, at a young age we start losing that ability to what we call realign water molecules. And what happens when they're in single file alignment, they enter through the membrane of the cell, billions with a B of molecules per second. Whereas when it's not aligned properly, it actually mostly floats by. And they know that people who have available water, turn on the tap, clean or not, you can have water, are already 3/4 of the way dehydrated within their cells. We're talking about not water that goes by your cells and out your body. No. This water enters into the cell membrane, and that's such a key point that is
and
so
how does
important.
it hydrate?
How does it hydrate?
It just hydrates more than any other water
Well,
can.
it's 3 to 5 times. So you drink 1 glass, you're getting 3 to 5 times the amount of hydration.
It's amazing.
You're not just letting it. People say, I don't like to drink water. I don't like the taste of water. I have to put something in it. It has to be flavored, whatnot. Or I pee too much. And so there's a lot of, sort of why they don't like water reasons or excuses, I say.
Well, you're going to love this
beliefs,
water.
let's say. And people literally, I'll just tell you a really quick story. A fellow who already had an activator, but he put it in the cabinet for 7 years. I happened to find that out. I called him. I said, please activate water, drink it, and I'll call you tomorrow to see how you felt. Overnight, it was the first time, he said, in 7 years, or maybe it was 4, whatever number of years, that he slept through the night without having to get up and pee multiple times, like that happens in men specifically over time. And he drank 1 glass. Now you'd say, well, what could that possibly do? But it held into his cells. Those cells did not want to lose 1 drop of water out of his body.
So we've got our lines open here for everyone to get 2 gallons of the water. She loves our listeners. She loves meeting them. You like to talk to people about their health and about layering some of the different things that we're going to talk about in a minute here. But water is the number 1. And so our number here is 602-277-5369. And she loves to give everyone 2 gallons of this water because, again, it's something you need to try. You need to taste it. You need to feel it in your mouth and see what the difference is. Exactly. And everyone says the same thing.
And your animals and your plants.
They love it.
Right. Because
Absolutely.
we all need water. We need it in the cells, and here's the 3 reasons. Into your cells, it's a delivery system, not only of the water, but all your nutrients from your food, etc. Then, the only way that cells can actually communicate is in water through electrical charges passing through water. So, cells must communicate, otherwise they become isolated like little islands, and then things go bad. The other thing is detoxing. Anything that happens in the cell, it's called cell respiration. It has to detox from the machinery. And so in, out, and it's a loop. There are 3 major things with water in and out of the cell.
She's going to give everyone 2 gallons of the water. She loves to meet with you. She loves to talk with you. She's been on the show for so many years and loves our listeners.
I do.
And they love talking to you too.
I've met so many fascinating
So our number
people.
here is 602-277-5369, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for them. Now, I want you to be able to talk about the other piece to it because only 2 minutes. I can't believe it.
Okay, so this is the first line of defense of our current life in the Wi-Fi world. The Wi-Fi world, all of our electronics, all of our devices, our conveniences are actually causing a tremendous amount of inflammatory response. So the other side of the invention of our scientists is a protection from electromagnetic devices, the emissions, all those waves traveling to and from the cell towers, etc. All of our cars, everything, our homes. So we have a technology that goes with. It's a layered approach. It goes with everything. It's like in the cold, where we're not in the cold, but you're wearing a hat, gloves, boots. Each thing might be made of similar material, but it does a different thing on a different part of your body. So this is kind of a layered approach, that concept of layering your protection in your life. So I'm giving away to one lucky caller that calls in for the water. It's called a cell phone guard that you put on your device, and you're protected for a year in this case.
EMF.
Electromagnetics.
So we have our lines open here for everyone to get the 2 gallons of water. She loves our listeners. She loves giving it to them. Also, one lucky winner is going to win a cell guard. I have mine from my phone that I got one. I'm telling you now, you're going to love that because it's going to protect you from EMF. It's so important. Our number here.
Remember your brain.
602-277-5369. Call throughout the rest of the show for it all.